Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Hartwig's Tech World. Your favorite tech nerd, Hartwig, is back on the mic. And of course, I have my wonderful co-host and fiancée, Bianca, by my side. Great to have you back, sweetheart.
Hi, Hartwig. I'm really looking forward to today's show. We've got some exciting topics lined up again, from restful sleep to brand new AI models.
Absolutely. Today, we're diving deep into the world of sleep monitoring, looking at how Google Maps helps us be more eco-friendly on the go, and taking a peek at Google's newest and most affordable AI model. Plus, we'll talk about a brand new EU project designed to ensure more digital sovereignty. So, sit back and let's get started. First, we talk about Garmin Index Sleep Monitor, sleep analysis for perfectionists. Let's start with a topic that affects us all and is often underestimated: sleep. Garmin, known for its sports watches, is now launching a special wearable for sleep analysis, the Garmin Index Sleep Monitor. Bianca, are you someone who tracks their sleep?
Oh yes, that's a huge topic for me. I really try to pay attention to my sleep. But a dedicated device for that? That's new. So far, I only know that from smartwatches.
That's exactly where Garmin comes in. The Index Sleep Monitor isn't an ordinary fitness tracker. It's a flexible textile band worn on the upper arm. It's designed to provide super detailed data: sleep stages, heart rate variability, respiration, skin temperature, and movement. Even breathing patterns are detected with a pulse ox sensor. Sounds pretty comprehensive, right?
Absolutely. And for us women, it's also exciting. The collected values can even be used to improve cycle tracking functions. Like more precise period prediction or ovulation detection. That's a real added value.
That's really a clever move by Garmin. Based on all this data, the Garmin Connect app creates a sleep score that summarizes sleep quality. Garmin claims the monitor works more accurately than their sports watches, and it syncs seamlessly with other Garmin devices to provide a comprehensive picture of energy levels and health.
And a vibration alarm function that's supposed to gently wake you during a light sleep phase also sounds great. Nothing's worse than the jolt of a loud alarm. 7 nights of battery life is also decent, and being able to remove the sensor module for washing is practical. At €170, it's a statement, but if the data is really that much more accurate, it might be worth it.
I agree with you there. If it truly helps optimize sleep and thereby improve overall fitness, then it's a worthwhile investment. And for athletes already deep in the Garmin ecosystem, it's the perfect addition. Our next topic is Google Maps Goes Green, sustainable routes for everyone. Let's move on to our next topic, which hopefully will make us all a little more environmentally conscious. Google Maps has received an update designed to help us travel more sustainably. Bianca, how often do you use Google Maps to find your way?
Constantly, whether in the car, on foot, or with public transportation. I'm excited to see what's new, especially concerning sustainability.
So Google Maps can now use an AI function to predict whether you'll reach your destination faster on foot or by public transportation than by car. And while this feature has been available in 60 cities for a while, it's now being rolled out further, including in Copenhagen and Stockholm. That's great for leaving the car at home.
That's really cool. Fewer cars on the roads are always a good thing. And for cyclists, there are also new, detailed cycling maps in major European cities like Hamburg, Berlin, and Zurich. You can now see if you're on main or side roads, if there's a lot of car traffic or steep hills. That makes route planning much easier and safer for cyclists.
Absolutely. And the most efficient routing option, which was introduced in Germany back in 2022, is now globally available. Google estimates that this feature alone could have avoided over 2.7 million tons of greenhouse gas emissions in 2024. That's quite a statement. As much as 630,000 gasoline cars wouldn't drive in a year.
Wow, that's a massive number. It really shows what a huge impact such a seemingly small feature can have. And for drivers in cities with low emission zones like London or Berlin, Google Maps now also indicates whether you're allowed to drive your vehicle on certain routes or if you should choose an alternative. This will be expanded to over 1,000 environmental and traffic calm zones across Europe in the coming months.
I think that's fantastic. It shows how technology can help us make more conscious decisions for the environment. These are small steps, but in total, they can make a big difference. For the next topic, must talk about Gemini 2.5 Flash-Lite, Google's AI Turbo at a bargain price. Now, let's dive into the world of artificial intelligence. Google recently made Gemini 2.5 Flash and Pro generally available, but now they're taking it a step further. Gemini 2.5 Flash-Lite. This is supposed to be Google's fastest and most cost-effective AI model. Bianca, what do you think about this AI development?
I'm fascinated and a little worried at the same time. The speed and cost savings certainly sound tempting, but I always wonder what that ultimately means for us.
Yeah, the concerns are valid, but first let's look at the facts. Flash-Lite is available as a preview version and is said to have been significantly improved in areas like coding, mathematics, science, and reasoning, especially in reducing latency. That's important for things like translations or classifications.
So basically an even faster and leaner model that still retains the core capabilities of Gemini 2.5?
Exactly. And the best part? The costs for using Gemini 2.5 Flash-Lite are said to be only 1/3 or even less than compared to the larger Gemini 2.5 Flash or 2.5 Pro models. Google calls it their most cost-effective and fastest Gemini model, with the quality of the results barely lagging behind the full-price models.
That's a game changer, especially for developers and companies who want to integrate AI models into their software, but might have a limited budget. This could further accelerate AI development and lead to a broader adoption.
Absolutely. And it shows that Google is working not only on the most powerful, but also on the most efficient AI solutions to make them accessible to a wider audience. The preview version is already available to developers in Google AI Studio and Vertex AI. It'll be interesting to see what emerges from this in the future. The last topic for today, digital sovereignty. EU launches its own DNS service, DNS4EU. Last but not least, we're talking about an important topic that often runs in the background but is crucial for our digital security and sovereignty. The EU is launching its own DNS service called DNS4EU. Bianca, have you ever heard of DNS services?
Honestly, only in the context of tech podcasts like ours here. I know they're important, but what exactly they do is often a mystery to me.
You're not alone. DNS resolvers are the invisible heroes of the internet. They translate internet addresses like www.google.com to IP addresses that computers understand. Until now, many have relied on large US providers like Google or Cloudflare, but the EU now wants to create its own independent alternative.
And what are the advantages of this new EU service?
Most importantly, more digital sovereignty. The EU wants to become more independent from US companies. DNS4EU also offers various filter options that you can choose according to your needs. There are unfiltered responses, a blacklist for malware and phishing, youth protection filters, and even an ad blocker at the DNS level. And the best part, the service is free.
That sounds really good. Especially the youth protection and the ad blocker are practical additions that many users will probably appreciate. And the fact that it's free is, of course, a huge plus.
Absolutely. The service is available via IPv4 and IPv6, as well as DOH and DOT, which provides additional security. The operators also emphasize that DNS4EU does not carry out legal filtering or is not intended as a censorship vehicle, which is important for freedom of speech. By the way, by the end of 2025, DNS4EU is to be commercialized, meaning it will transition into operation by a profit-making company that focuses on enterprise and government solutions. And with that, we've reached the end of today's episode of Hartwig's Tech World. I hope you've learned a lot again and had a good time listening.
It was super exciting again. Thank you so much for listening, and until next time.
Yes, thank you. And remember, the next time you hear a new tech story and think, I have to tell Hartwig and Bianca about this, keep your eyes and ears open. Who knows? Maybe we'll be talking about it in the next episode. Stay loyal to us, and remember, your devices only love you if you take care of them. Bye for now, and see you soon.